MGTOW Mando, welcome back, sir.
Hey, gentlemen. How's my audio, first of all?
He's
Sounding
doing good.
Outstanding. My story's not quite as bad as a lot of the other guys out there, but what really fully inserted the red capsule suppository for me was the one I refer to as my psycho ex-girlfriend.
We all have at least one.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to take the heat round on this. It was a massive age difference relationship.
Okay.
Like
I graduated high school in the year she was born.
okay.
That's
okay.
I will take the heat round on that. I was an idiot.
Cradle Robin is, it is what
But
it is. It's all
But
good.
also, in my defense, the last relationship I'd had before that was 10 years prior.
Well, there
As
you
I've
go.
said in the chat, I have bad luck when it comes to women in general.
Sounds about right.
Welcome to the club.
But hey, you know what? I'm just saying, like, if you were a chick dating a dude 18, 17, 18 years younger than you, you would be seen as a hero.
Yeah.
So, like, if they didn't have double standards, they wouldn't have standards at all. We've all been tempted to go younger, so I'm not going to judge you for it. Please continue.
This gets worse.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
I'm going to
Did she beat you to death with a Care Bear?
I'm going to truncate this down because the full version's on one of Red Pill Rhino's shows from a couple years ago.
Okay.
All right.
We started quasi going out. I say
Quasi.
quasi because at first I did not want to call it anything resembling a relationship. At that point, I had already been listening to you guys and figured, you know what, I may as well take a chance. I want a family of my own. She's at least pretending like she's interested.
So was there like quasi tit touching?
I am waiting until marriage pops. So
I understand. I understand.
Well, you could still touch titties. You just can't touch.
Yeah, in her case, I decided it was early on. It was best because the age difference to go ahead and abstain 100%, just to make sure no one could make an accusation.
Yes.
Okay.
I made the mistake of letting her move in. On the very first annual training with the reserves that I was on after she moved in, after I gave her the rule, no snakes, I get a text message from the pet store that we would go to for our cat's food. She had bought a ball python.
No snakes.
And
why did it have to be snakes?
And the text message came up, or that I got on my pet store rewards, was python ball. I was thinking, okay, she bought the cat a snakeskin ball. So I call her up to make sure about it because I was going to thank her if that's what it was. And she goes, no, I bought a ball python. Like, okay, where's it going to be? On the coffee table.
Oh.
What?
I'm like, we're in a 1-bedroom apartment and you bought a critter that is literally going to have an enclosure that covers my entire table. Like, yeah.
It's not a critter, it's a live sex toy.
And this is right after you told her no snakes.
Well, she had to agree to no snakes and no spiders before she moved in. Because I'm arachnophobic and I don't like snakes. Her geckos, I didn't really care one way or the other about. She could have
geckos are fine.
They were relatively amusing.
Yeah, they're pretty harmless too.
All right.
Well, things escalated as they always do when you give somebody an inch.
Or 6.
Right, stand by. This isn't about giving her an inch or 6 inches. This is about her lack of respect for you and your boundaries.
Yes.
It's 100% what the problem started.
Yeah, she did it to see if you would put up with it.
That's right.
Well, and the thing is, I had the NCO rule of she spent money on it. I'm not going to force her to get rid of it. I did tell her, though, no other snakes. That lasted about as long as a fart in an open car window.
There you go.
6 months later, there's another damn snake on my kitchen table.
Yeah,
I'm actively looking at other apartments in the area because I am a hair's breadth away from dropping her like Lizzo out of a C-130.
All right.
And
Listen, bro, you're an NCO just like me. All right. I've given this advice probably half a dozen times in my career. I've had other NCOs having issues with significant others living in their houses or whatever. And I'll be like, so when is your lease up? Oh, 90 days. All right. So in the next 90 days, I want you to remove all of your sentimental value shit. And then one day you just leave and don't renew the lease and go move somewhere else and let her figure it out.
The thing is, Pop, she did this really sneakily. She waited until I had signed a new 3-year lease.
Oh no.
Oh, that's nefarious.
Yeah, wow.
Well, fast forwarding to the end of the relationship at this point. I'm already in a former relationship purgatory that I'm sure you guys would love.
Uh-huh.
I'm working nights at a Walmart. She's working days at a local mall. And I'm the one, since I'm the only one with a license and a vehicle, I'm the one getting up in the middle of my sleep time to drive her that lard bucket to work.
Okay.
And then getting up again to drive her home. I get up to go drive her home, and I see a text message on my phone. When you get up, we need to talk.
Here we go.
Well, I go in after showering, and she's like, I think it's time for me to move out. Like,
Okay.
Do it.
Well, because I'm still quasi blue pill and I'm operating on such a sleep deficit that it's hard to tell if I'm hallucinating or not.
Yeah, shit happens.
I ask her the next day, was that just a sleep deprivation or
a hallucination from sleep deprivation?
Yeah.
Or did you actually say that? And she's like, no, I want to move in and help one of my friends out and getting established. Like, oh,
All right,
okay.
take your snakes.
Oh no, that's exactly what I told her. I was like, you do know if you move out, those snakes are expected to be gone too. She goes, wait, what? Like, remember?
She thought that you were just going to take care of him after she left.
Yeah.
So that she could, pet her other trouser snake.
Pretty much, that's what she was thinking.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
Well, fast forwarding again, after she decides to nix that idea after I told her the snakes would have to leave. 2 months later, she's getting absolutely witchy, trying to keep it YouTube friendly for you gentlemen.
Lovely.
And she says, oh, by the way, I'm going to be getting a piercing on my face. I'm like, no. You do that, this relationship is dead over.
Done.
You're gone. We are not playing that game. You already disrespect me in every way you possibly can. This is not going to happen.
Damn.
Uh-huh.
She's like, oh, you don't want to respect my autonomy? I'm like, you don't respect me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hit her with you have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
You drop all of your LGBT friends, you find a home for your snakes, or you tell me the date you want to be off the lease.
There you go.
All right.
Well, she goes with the latter option, which I'm like, fine, whatever. She gets all of her crap out, steals some of my smaller sentimental items. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. They're shitty toys from when I was a kid. I don't care. She can have the fucking thing or the deadgum things. I get a call from her a month later. Can I come back?
Get the fuck out of here.
No.
That just means the trouser snake that she attempted to domesticate didn't want.
Oh, remember I said this gets worse, Blake?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I gave you some foreshadowing a second ago.
All right.
All right.
She had started transitioning.
Oh no.
Wow. Even better.
She came and knocked on the apartment door with a bunch of bags and her cat and its carrier. I'm like, what do you want? I want to come back. I'm like, no,
Nope.
You made that decision. And with those piercings in your cheeks, I don't want to be seen in public with you.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, she leaves, calling me all sorts of crappy names.
Oh, big
Tries
deal.
to, tries to go to my workplace and get me in trouble, which my manager at the time is somebody I went to high school with, so he basically told her to F off, and she opened
Good.
the door.
All right.
Then her relatives start calling me, asking me to take her back. I finally just straight up tell her mom the only way she comes back is if she goes back to being a woman. She is going through actual therapy,
Yep.
and she completely completely publicly denounces everything LGBT related. I don't hear back from her mother.
Good.
Thank
There
God
you
on
go.
that. She
Wow.
keeps going around the apartment. I eventually call the sheriff's department at my location. I'm like, I want a restraining order on this cunt.
That's a good plan.
Uh-huh.
I get the restraining order. She comes back around. She gets taken to court a couple of times because of it. I'm still working nights at this point.
Yeah.
And finally, she allegedly moves to Denver. And this is where she gets really devious. She fakes a deletion.
Oh
Get the
no.
restraining order canceled.
Whoa. That's next level.
How do you fake a deletion to get a
I
restraining?
have yet to figure that one out myself, Pop.
Because that doesn't
Amazing.
work for dudes.
No.
Well, remember, she was trying to transition.
Uh-huh.
They'll bring you a summons at your grave.
The next time I had the misfortune of seeing her was about 2 months ago.
Oh no.
She looks more masculine than you do, Blake,
Yippee.
with her face looking like a tackle box. And I literally look at her and go, "You matrixed me. Have a nice
Yeah.
day." She
Done and
knew,
done.
she knew I had listened to you during the time that we were together because I used your handyman habitat thing on her.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But that was what
Amazing.
finalized my descent into this particular space and why I continue to have a certain 5 letters on the front of my screen name.
I get that.
I get you. I get
And
you. Look, man.
I'm going to be honest. Since I want kids, I'm still open to potentially marrying, but the chick is going to be going through the world's harshest selection process.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest, you might have to just go elsewhere, bro.
yeah.
Well, I'm trapped by familial obligations. I've accepted I'm probably never going to have offspring.
All right.
But that's my
get
story.
it.
I'm going to jump off. I know you guys have a lot of other folks. Unfortunately, I won't be able to super chat tonight. So, Blake, could you do me a small favor?
Absolutely.
You've got the ammo. You know the target.
Come on, man.
You all have a good one.
Here's a
Hey,
black
you
one.
son-
It's your
you threw the
favorite.
black one at me, damn it.
You all have a good one.
Take it
Take
easy.
it easy,
man.
Mando. Hot damn. How do you do that? You get into a relationship with somebody, move them in with you, and next thing you know, you're bobbing for Madam's apples.
Or you immediately disrespect them by violating the rules.
Shit.
Like I don't understand what is going through the minds of the youth of today. Maybe it's because they weren't raised properly, or there's no consequences.
I mean,
Everyone
the
gets a
snake
trophy.
obsession. That's just. I mean, it's
Oh,
fitting.
listen, I dated women
It's fitting.
who kept reptiles and stuff. I don't care.
Those are not pets. Those are live sex toys, and you know it.
Oh, come on.
Get trouser snakes and peanut butter and
No.
game on.
Like
Modern women are nasty. How many of them been caught just in the last year? Like recording shit and posting it online with their dogs.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Yes.
That's nasty. But
Ugh.
I don't know. I've probably dated half a dozen women in my life who, kept reptiles as pets.
Ugh.
Not a big deal. But the thing that
Why did
the
it
men
have
out
to
there
be
need to pay
snakes?
attention with. All right.
Oh, they
See-
sell python jerky at houseofjerky.com. $21 for an ounce. Oh, there you go.
Say you get into a relationship. All right. As soon as she does anything to disrespect you, you need to cut it away.
Dive.
All right.
Run silent. Run deep.
Especially if they start off disrespecting you immediately. It only gets worse.
Yep. As soon as you just try to bypass a shit test and call it a fluke,
Yeah.
you're going to get juked.
I'm telling you, man. I've probably had like 4 relationships where I literally just walked away because of a respect issue.
There you go.
I literally like, all right, I'm not being respected here.
Mhm.
I'm out.
Yeah, and sooner or later, if you tolerate disrespect, your own self-respect will start to suffer, and that's something that no one can afford to lose, because
Yeah.
that's the first step down the road of taking the permanent solution to the temporary problem.
And you don't get your self-respect back easily.
No.
So you should guard it well.
It's a long, hard trip, which is exactly what most of these women are hoping for when they fuck you over. No pun intended.
And it's only going to get worse as these women, as men basically give up on the dating, and these women have to actually prove to the world that they're strong and independent. And then it's going to get really difficult for them.
It really just means bitchy and combative.
Yes.
Just so you're clear.
That's exactly right.
Because everything else just makes you an average adult.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
But you're going to see women just doing stupid shit, trying to.
We've
get
already
under
seen women doing stupid shit.
No. It's going to get way worse.
Yeah, I hope you're wrong. Just for the record, I would like to see a self-correction at some point in the future, because there's a lot of ladies out there who are coming out the other end of their 20s and realizing, oh, this is bad, right?
This is bad.
It's really bad.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.